Ciao, Michael. How are you?
Oh,
Ciao,
hello.
Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good. You know, we're having this incredible live event coming in from Sorrento, and you're in Sorrento right now, but the weather didn't prepare.
The weather wasn't great. Let's put it this way. This is a very weird period. It's been a bit showery, a bit sunny, a bit cloudy. So yes and no, let's put it this way.
You
How
know,
many of you are there? Let me see. Wow, hello. There's quite a few of you.
here, we were actually going to have this beautiful event, this live event in Lemon Grove, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. So where are we, Mike?
We're in my kitchen. We're in my little kitchen. And there's not only me here. I've got to introduce you a few characters. The first one is Massimo Troisi. Who's Massimo Troisi? Come and see, come and see. Come and see who's Massimo Troisi.
He's a famous director, isn't he, out of Italy?
He's a famous theatrical character. He died, unfortunately, a few years ago. And I don't know if you can see it properly. Can you see?
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
Okay, great. Massimo Troisi, and Massimo, as you can see, is chopping some tomatoes. It's a black and white photo. Can you see he's chopping some tomatoes here?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know, when I chop, I see him and I find the inspiration. Now, and then we've got somebody else, two people here, which are Totò and Peppino. Totò and Peppino, which are two extremely famous actors, died quite a long time ago, but they're historical of Neapolitan comics, you know, it's Neapolitan comics.
Michael, I guess we also have to introduce who we're talking to. Right now, my name is Arlene Schro. I am the director of Chow Tours, and the wonderful person who's admitting, I think we have over 160 people today. That's Lara, my partner over in Siena, Italy. And Mike, of course, is one of our famous guides over in Sorrento. You're born and raised in Sorrento. Your entire family is in Sorrento.
Yeah,
so
we're all in Sorrento. Fiorentino is my surname, which is a typical surname of Sorrento. In fact, we're all Fiorentino. Everybody here, it's Fiorentino. Fiorentino, I've got loads of homonym people with same name and same surname, of course, because we're all Fiorentino. So, yeah.
But you speak very good English because of your mother.
Yes, yes. Mama comes from England. She established here. Let's put it this way. She fell in love first with the place and then with my father.
Ah.
And what you've got in front of you, it's the result of their love. Let's put it this way.
Sounds great. So what are we going to learn today, Mike? Tell me what's going to happen today so we can tell everyone else.
Yes, I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Tell everyone that this is being recorded. So if anyone would like to turn off their videos, this would be the appropriate time because this is being recorded. So let's continue. Mike, tell me what we're going to do today.
We can continue. Something very important we're going to do today. The first part of this webinar is going to be dedicated to the area. I'm going to give you a general introduction about this area, about Campania region, about the beautiful places you can come and visit. And then I'm going to go a bit more in details with our king. Who's our king? Our currency, we could call it, our king, we could call it in so many ways. Lemons, what we use them for, and how they cultivate them, which are the periods, lots of interesting things. This is what we're going to do today. Something I won't be staying hours and hours talking about something, you know, one subject. We're going to focus first very quickly on a few interesting things, and then I'm going to show you a practical part which is how to do something very special. I'm not going to tell you yet. All I want you to all I want to ensure of is that you've got lemons. You see these? Can you see a nice
We
lemon?
can.
This is our currency. This is our gold. This is our money. Something extremely, extremely precious for us because of many reasons, many, many reasons. And I'm going to tell you why in the specific. Okay?
Perfect. I can't wait.
Good, good. Okay, then. What I would, if it's okay with you, Arlene, then, I would show a bit, I would contextualize the place where we are.
Perfect.
I would like to show people, we've done a few photos in these days, then I add some more photos apart, and I would like to show you a bit of Sorrento, the Amalfi coastline, because this is all, you know, all an area, a big area. Sorrento, the Amalfi coastline, and many other very, very interesting parts. So if Arlene, you want to start showing us.
I will share the screen for you.
Okay, great. Right. First of all, welcome to Italy and welcome to the Sorrento and Amalfi coastline. This one that you see is a lovely photo of it's a lovely photo of the peninsula of Sorrento, and let me show you going ahead. This is Sorrento. You see a flat area. Where are we exactly? We're in south of Italy. In south of Italy, you see where there's that white cross, that little white cross. That's the center of Campania region, the center of the Bay of Naples, where we have Naples, which is the capital city of the region, and then we have the peninsula of Sorrento and the Amalfi coastline, which are down below that white cross that you can see. Then let's go ahead. Let's go a bit more into specific. In the photo that you see on your left-hand side, there's the peninsula of Sorrento, seen from a map, from Google Earth. As you can see, on the north side, so up, you can see we have the peninsula of Sorrento, which would be the north side of the peninsula. And then we have a beautiful picture of the Amalfi coastline, a beautiful picture of the panoramas. You see the vertical Amalfi coastline where they've built the villages all up on top of the mountain. So it's an extremely, extremely interesting place to see, because you see the perfect way humans have shaped the mountain to cultivate lemons and also to build houses. So it's an extremely interesting place. And I'll tell you something very interesting. Don't think that once you've seen Sorrento, you've seen Amalfi, or vice versa, because from the morphological point of view, although they're one on the south and one on the north side of the same peninsula, they're completely different. While Sorrento is flat, the Amalfi coastline with Positano, Amalfi, Ravello, it's all vertical. All vertical. In fact, I'm going to show you soon something else very, very interesting. But we haven't got just the Amalfi coastline. Let's go and see what there is, what else there is. Let's go ahead. We've got lovely places like temples. You see on our left-hand side a beautiful temple. It's the Temple of Paestum. It's a temple that is dated back to more than 25 centuries ago. Can you imagine what that means? It's an enormous, a very, very long time ago. So you can visit even that. What do we have just close to the temple? We have a map, an ancient map dated back to Middle Ages. It's called Tabula Peutingeriana. It's a copy of an original made from the Romans, when Romans decided to draw all the map of the empire. So this gives you the idea of how important all this area was. And if you see the map in details down below on the right, you can see a little peninsula where there's written Sorrento. Then you can see Pompeii and a few more places. Let's go ahead. These places obviously were already loved really, really loved by the Romans. Then, two views of Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius seen both from Naples and from Sorrento. Which one is Sorrento and which one is Naples? Sorrento on the left-hand side, Naples on the right-hand side. What does this mean? This means we are in a place that was extremely strategical for commerce, but it was also extremely rich for cultivation, because in the centuries, people have always used Mount Vesuvius to cultivate. Why? In what sense? Because Mount Vesuvius, with the numerous eruptions that have been, has fertilized all the lands, all the soil, and has made the land, the soil of this region so rich that it gives us the possibility to cultivate even 4 times a year. So in the same land, we can cultivate even for 4 times. So that means for 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and autumn, fall. So that's the reason why I tell you we're in a place which is very good for the cultivations. Let's go ahead and let's see something else. We also have other, I call them the side effects of Mount Vesuvius, which are archaeological sites. Lovely, extremely important archaeological sites like Pompeii, Herculaneum, Oplontis, the villas of Stabia, very luxury villas where the Romans used to spend their holidays, or where they used to live. Commercial cities like Pompeii, extremely important. So lots of ruins, which are archaeological sites that are really worth a visit. Let's see some more pictures of Pompeii. We can see on the left a picture of Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius, which wasn't far from the city. We can see some columns in the middle. Then you can see on the right-hand side a house with beautiful mosaics. I don't know if you can see the beautiful mosaics that there are on the picture. Then let's go ahead. If you can't see them properly, you'll have to come here. Then we've got a mill on the right-hand side, the stepping stones on the left-hand side, always Pompeii. Just think that mill that was used for wheat, obviously, and was made in lava stone. Some of them were in lava stone, some of them were in other material, other stones, granite or others. We found several. Were used 2,000 years ago, at least, because I remind you, Pompeii was completely buried under several meters of ash of the volcano and volcanic material in the eruption of the year 79 AD. Just to give you an idea, in the year 2079, it's going to be 2,000 years, okay, that Pompeii was literally buried under several layers of volcanic material.
Michael, you actually do a lot of, you're a professional guide, so you do a lot of private tours of the Pompeii.
Yes, I do. Well, now that there's the COVID, obviously no, but normally, yes. In a regular situation, I'm specialized in Pompeii, Herculaneum, and the archaeological sites and museum of this region. I have a specific license which allows me to guide in these places. In Italy, tourist guide is a regulated profession. We go through very strict and hard exams, which go in the fields of history of art, archaeology. We have to touch several things, like we have to go in deep in several things, even like history, geography of this specific area. So it's a specific area qualification that we have.
With Chow Tours, of course, because I think every single person, we've always worked with you for so many years, and I that's the only way to get to you is actually to go through us. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope if I don't know if there's any of our guests that came in the past here in Sorrento, in Pompeii. I just say hello to anyone
Yes, there is.
if there are, because it's nice to know. Actually, I feel it's nice to know now that you confirm me that there are a few of our friends that
Yeah,
came
there
over.
sure is.
I'm happy about it, and I hope people that are there are going to come if they haven't yet. But yes, you can obviously come and visit Pompeii. I'll be very happy to come and to take you around Pompeii. We now especially. Let's put it this is something very important I've got to tell you, Arlene, tell you and other friends of Ciao Tours that are following us now. I've got some new itineraries that I want to offer to our guests of Ciao Tours, new itineraries in Pompeii with some special things that are new, have just opened. So they've used, let's put it this way, this period of the COVID to to excavate and to clean and to sort out new things that we couldn't see before for restrictions or other things.
Absolutely.
Now from next season are going to be available, so I'm gonna show you them, but this is obviously something special.
Absolutely.
For the guests of Ciao Tours. Okay.
Perfect. So we'll continue on with the slide.
Yes. Then let's go ahead and let's see what else there is. Oh, a very rich soil. This is what I was telling you before. We've got olives, because I know that you've already dedicated you dedicated a webinar on olive oil, Tuscany and other areas, which is excellent. Just wanted to say, even olive oil of Sorrento area, it's excellent, because obviously it grows in a soil which has the characteristic of being extremely fertilized by the ashes of the volcano. Then we've got fruits of all sorts. In summer period, we get lemons, we get melons, peaches, several varieties of, we get watermelon, we get what we call the bread melon, melone di pane, and many other varieties. So, I mean, make sure that when you come to Italy, when you come in Sorrento, especially, you're not on a diet. You're not allowed to be on a diet. Let's put it this way. It's forbidden to be on a diet when you're in Sorrento. And even for people which suffer of, intolerance or the need to eat gluten-free, because we know that there's lots of people that unfortunately can't eat everything because they're on a special diet for health, or, low sugars, low carbos, or these things here. No problem, because in Sorrento you can really find all the typical and genuine things. The most, let's put it this way, the 90% of the genuine things of Sorrento are available for everybody, from gluten-free, diabetes, and all this. You're probably thinking, why is he talking about this? Because I know I've got friends who suffer of, let's put it, let me rephrase that, have kind of special needs from the food point of view, and often they feel limited. They say, oh, I can't eat that, I can't eat. You can eat, you can experiment a lot in Sorrento, even from this point of view. So don't worry about this aspect. Then obviously Arlene can tell you all about it. It's obviously something takes time to talk about. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go and see something else. When you're in Sorrento, you're, let's say, you're in a place which is extremely strategical from the point of view of the places that you can go and visit. You can go easily and see islands like Capri. We can see this beautiful view of Capri, seen from Naples. That's the picture that you see on the right hand side. Then in the middle, what's that snake? road that you see. It's the snake road that you see of Via Krupp, a road that was projected by Alfred Krupp, a famous industrialist that fell in love with Capri and decided to project this beautiful road where you can go down all the way down to Marina Piccola. It's a lovely little village close to the water. And then on the left-hand side, you've probably already seen these beautiful rocks, which are the Faralloni rocks. Faralloni rocks, you've seen them probably in the spot of Gucci, you've seen them probably in videos of movies, songs like Mariah Carey in one of her albums, but the Faralloni rocks, 2008, Eagle, MC Square, one of the famous songs of Mariah Carey, she decided to put also Faralloni rocks. It's one of the symbols of the blue island of Capri. We're talking about the blue island of Capri. Obviously, one of the capitals of the international jet set of the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, another place that you definitely need to see if you come over to Sorrento. So remember Capri. Then obviously, I always say, Ciao Tours, it's specialized in these tours in Italy. So if you go to Arlene or one of the members of the staff, 100% sure that they're going to give you some extremely interesting infos, indications and orientations about what to see, what not to see, what to avoid, let's put it this way. Let's go ahead, Arlene, please. Let's go and see something else. Okay, here we've got another breathtaking view of Sorrento. This is the port of Sorrento.
Your home.
It's my home, where I normally get the hydrofoil when I go to Capri, but even when I go to Napoli. In fact, Napoli, the head city of the region, can be joined even by hydrofoil. And I often suggest our guests to, when they go and visit Naples, to go by hydrofoil, because they combine a boat trip in the Bay of Naples with a city guided visits. So let's go ahead. You see, there's Sant'Antonino, the city center. Let's go and explore just a few things, just a few of the city center. This is our patron saint, Sant'Antonino, not Anthony Antonino. We leave it, it's his proper name, Antonino, Sant'Antonino. We're celebrating on the 14th of February, which is the same day of Saint Valentine. We do a great festival in the main square. Actually, the square where the statue that you see is called Piazza Sant'Antonino Square. We do a big show and everything. Obviously, not this year. We haven't done it this year for the COVID, but we're going to surely do it next year. Let's go ahead, Arlene. I open and close a parenthesis. Remember that in Italy, each village has his patron saint, and there's a different one for each city, for each village. Where are we now? These two pictures are the pictures of the Cloister of St. Francis, a beautiful cloister. The architecture is marvelous. I had to ask the Guardian to give me the chance to take these two pictures because they're all closed now for the lockdown. You see, they're going to soon open anyway. So he gave me the possibility to take these two pictures. He said, oh yeah, but be quick, you know. I said, okay, thanks a lot. He did me this favor because he's a friend. He knows I always take people around to discover it. So he's happy about it. That's why he allowed me. When I said, you know, I'm going to do this presentation and all that, he said, oh, great. Okay. Anyway, this is the Cloister of San Francesco. Beautiful architecture, as you can see from these pictures. Arlene, please, can you go ahead? Grazie. What's that? That's another beautiful monument. It's the Sedil Dominova, the Dominova seat, as a noble seat that is dated back to 14th century. And it's listen to this, it's the only example of noble seats of that period that has remained in south of Italy. The only intact example that has remained. There were lots of them, loads and loads of them distributed all along south of Italy in 14th century. This is the only one that we have completely intact here in Sorrento. There's a few very interesting things I want to focus your attention on. The roof, you see, it's a domed roof with the majolica. A majolica, it's the word we use for ceramics, basically, in this area. As you can see, there's this geometrical design with an alternance of light colors. Here we've got green and yellow, but many buildings also have majolica in blue and white, for example, or yellow and blue. You know, these are normally the colors we use for majolica. It's a building, it's a squared building made in lava stone. That's a tufa. It's a basalt stone. Let's go ahead and let's see what there is inside. Look at these beautiful pictures. These beautiful pictures showing what? Showing the frescoes that are inside, a style of perspective, as you can see. That red symbol that you see, that red symbol is the coat of arms of Sorrento, which you're going to see in different versions a bit all over in Sorrento. Let's go ahead. These are all the pictures, or the beautiful pictures of the frescoes. Those tables, what's those tables with the white flowers? Well, it's not a restaurant, not at all. It's a club. It's a retirement club where people, when they're retired, people stay there and play cards. And in the Christmas period, they do a beautiful, beautiful nativity that you can go and visit. Obviously, this year wasn't possible, but for next year's, we hope it will.
Your father's there quite often, I heard. I heard that you could, if you want to find your father, that's where you'll find him.
Now, yeah, Dad is always there. He doesn't like playing cards, but he talks about culture. You know, all the he's really, really into this.
Mike,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
Celine asked, is it true that only men can go inside?
You can, as an outsider, you can go and visit it. Okay, you can go and visit it as an outsider. There's no problem. You can go. If you want to go inside.
Is it possible to make a picture too?
Absolutely, yes. You can.
Okay.
You can indeed. So it's not true. Ladies are not allowed to go inside the structure. Absolutely, you can go inside. You can take pictures. Obviously, when I take around people, because I like to introduce my town to people when they come from abroad, I always go ahead for a second and I just ask, do you mind if I show these visitors the frescoes? And they're always extremely kind. They're extremely nice people, and so absolutely, you're welcome. No distinction, absolutely. Okay.
And then say hello to your father too.
They can say hello to my father if he's there, if he's not busy researching, you know. Absolutely. And I can introduce you my father. He's not here now. He went to do some things, but if he comes, I'll introduce you to my father.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead. Marina Grande. Oh, this is a place where you must go, especially for seafood. If you like spaghetti with clams, with squids, or roasted fish, or you know, all these lovely, lovely things, you must absolutely come and go in Marina Grande. It's a lovely place. Actually, I chose this picture. Can you see what can you see from this picture? You can see how genuine is the place, because all you can see is fishermen boats. Those ones that you see there in the picture are all fishermen's boats, the old ones, the ones that unfortunately now slowly we're losing because it's expensive to keep them, and then they've got to go all by hand, you see. So it's a hard work, but we know that when the fisherman comes around, normally it's around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, because they go in the night. They go around 4:30 in the morning, let's put it this way, and they go fishing, and they come back on the beach with all the fresh fish around. It's a range of time I give you that goes between let's say 9 to 10:30, and they come with all the fresh fish that you can go and buy. And this is a moment, this is the sunset moments, which I love in Marina Grande, when you can go and have dinner. It's lovely. Let's go ahead and let's see something else. Oh, we leave Sorrento and we go to the vertical village, Positano. It's the vertical village. We call it the vertical village. Why? Because look at the photo. Houses are all one on top of the other, and obviously they're all laid on a mountain, because we're on the south side of the peninsula of Sorrento, where everything is vertical, you see. And that's the reason why people in the centuries, because these houses that you see are dated back to 14th, 15th century, so they're ancient. And they adapted to the area, to the land, and so they've built all the houses one on top of the other. It's incredible, isn't it? Let me give you, before I forget, I'll just give you an info, which is it's interesting to know. It's in 2016, a few years ago, they did a new film of Wonder Woman. I don't know if you've seen it at the cinema. Why am I telling you this? Because it's a Disney production, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure 100%, you know, old age is coming. Joking, obviously. Anyway, why am I telling you this? Because they used Positano, the scenery of Positano, to do the village of Wonder Woman, you know, the village of origins of Wonder Woman. So they've used Positano. So if you get the chance to see this last version of Wonder Woman film, just be very careful at the beginning of the film when it shows them, let's say, pass me the word, the magical village where Wonder Woman comes from, because that's Positano and all the Amalfi coastline.
Oh,
So that's a little thing to see. Let's go ahead, Arlene, please. This is Positano seen from the water, a few versions. You see there's the church, the beautiful hotels, villas, and houses. Let's go ahead. Ravello, which is the village that is right up on the top of the cliffs, with the beautiful, where you can admire a breathtaking view, and where there's a beautiful garden, the garden of Villa Ruffolo. Let's go ahead. Let's see a stretch of this garden. This is obviously nothing. The problem is you can't with the problem is, sorry, it's difficult with one photo to show you, to give you the idea of the beauty of this place, you see. So this is a little corner of Villa Ruffolo, which I love, but there's much more, and there's beautiful sceneries, as I've showed you in the previous picture. Let's go ahead. And then we go to the Queen of Amalfi coastline, which is the Amalfi village, a village which has more than 1,000 years of history, because it was in Middle Ages. Amalfi was the capital of the Republic of Amalfi, one of the main 4 republics of Italy in Middle Ages, together with Venice, with Pisa, and with Genova. So extremely, extremely important, extremely rich. Let's go ahead. This is another view of Amalfi. Let's go ahead. Oh, here we go. In the city center, we've got on the left-hand side St. Andrew, because the relics of St. Andrew are placed in the church of Amalfi. The picture that you see in the middle is the facade of the Cathedral of Amalfi. Now, just this picture shows you how lovely the cathedral is. It's one of the most beautiful cathedrals we have in Italy, and you must see it. There's quite a few steps to do to get right up on the top, but it's worth to visit it. And then the picture that you see, actually the picture of the church is surrounded by two pictures of two statues. It's two different versions of the statue of St. Andrew. One is the one on the left is the fountain in marble. The one on the right, it's always St. Andrew. It's the statue that they take around on the 27th of June, which is the day when we celebrate St. Andrew. As I told you before, every village has his own patron saint. I've seen that somebody wrote in the chat, I've been to Amalfi and Ravello, brilliant, smashing, beautiful. I'm happy that you're confirming what I say, because it's things that you must come and visit. And if you come with us of Ciao Tours, we have something something very special. I can't tell you now because it's a secret. But when you come with Ciao, you'll see something special. Let's go ahead, Arlene, with the pictures. And there we got the king. Here we have the king. The king, our currency, is Amalfi is the queen. The lemons are the king. This is a picture I did yesterday.
We were supposed to have this. We were planning everything for the last week. Lara and I've been planning everything to have this beautiful live event in.
I know. I know, Arlene.
Live presentations.
Doesn't matter because people can understand. I mean, I know. I was upset more than you were. I was upset more than you were because, you know, the way I've been rushing around to make sure everything was perfect.
Yes.
And then this surprise, but doesn't matter. I'm happy anyway because actually I'm very happy that you're in my little house, in my little kitchen, and I want to show you something. Something very interesting in a few minutes. In fact, go ahead with the pictures. We've almost finished because this is another picture of the lemons. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. This is something. Let me introduce you the king that we have here. Right. First of all, these are the gems of the blooms of the flowers. As you can see, they're closed. Normally, we haven't got a specific month or a specific week for the flowers of lemons. We have quite a wide range of periods, which can be March, April, May, although there are now varieties that they're cultivating, which are 4 seasons. You find lemons and flowers for the 4 seasons. So obviously we have to protect these beautiful gems of the flowers. Let's go ahead, Arlene. Let me show you something. This is the lemon flower, extremely delicate. You can see it from the picture. We have it from between March and June. Then it depends if the garden is in the shade, if the garden is on the south, on the north. This depends a lot. The peninsula of Sorrento and the Amalfi coastline are areas where we have lots of tiny little valleys, tiny little corners of gardens which have microclimates. So that means you can go ahead of a few months, you can stay behind of a few months. And this is an advantage for us because it gives us the possibility to have the products for all the year around, okay? Let's go ahead with the pictures. Okay, this is another picture taken yesterday. Look how fully charged. These lemons I just collected them this morning. Now it's 7 o'clock in Italy, past 7, half past 7. Go ahead, Arlene. I think we're almost ready. Okay. These are the structures of the gardens of lemons and oranges. One very important thing, the skin of the lemon is extremely important for us, and I'll explain you why in a matter of minutes. We have to avoid two things, the frozen rain and the strong sun. Frozen rain can damage the skin of the lemons. The strong sun can burn. The strong sun of June, July, or August can burn the skin of the lemons. For this reason, when we cultivate lemon trees, we have to build a structure, a skeleton in chestnut wood, which covers the garden, surrounds the garden during the hot or very cold or weird months. Why this? Because it's a barrier, okay? Let's go ahead with the next picture, Arlene.
Mike, there is
So,
a question about the kind of lemons. Which
yes.
are the best, or which is the best, in your opinion?
Between the Amalfi and the Sorrento lemons.
Yes, and
I think, not because I want to be polite. I mean, if I wouldn't be polite, I would say Sorrento because I'm from Sorrento. I can say that they're both good, both extremely good. Obviously, being from Sorrento, here you have the oval variety, which is the Sorrento one, and it's the one that we're going to use. But the variety that we have in Amalfi is great too, even because there's not that big difference. It's not a huge difference. They're both of a very good quality. Then I'm going to tell you a few more things about it. Anyway, what's important, Laura, for our lemons is the shade in the heat, in the hot period, and a good percentage of humidity, okay? And in the winter, when we get the frozen rain, we have to cover to protect the flower or eventually the lemons that we are maturing, okay? So that's the reason why we use these structures. Right,
another
I think the
question, sorry, Mike.
Yes.
How
Oh.
long to grow in a pot? Is another
Let's
question.
let's put it this way, lemons don't really like pots. It's not the best thing, it's not the best place where to grow a lemon. Let's put it this way.
You know, here in Tuscany, we have the famous limonaia, are like in a garden, and we have our lemons in a pot, and they put outside during
yeah, you're right. Yeah. If it's a good pot, a big one like the ones you have in Tuscany, in the limonaia, that's fine. And let's put it this way, it's more or less from the flower to the lemon. I give you a range because it wouldn't be fair to say, oh, it's 10 months. No, it can go between the 6, 7 to the 10, 11 months. Let's put it this way. Then it depends from the soil, from the season, from how wet the season. These are all factors we have to keep in consideration.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome indeed. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this was the last of the pictures, wasn't it, Arlene? No. Yes. No. Okay. These are the pictures. You see the protection for our currency. We've got, when we talk about these structures that protect the orange and lemon groves, because even oranges will grow here, we have two systems. The old system, which was the one of using panels in wood for all the garden. Then this became expensive. Today it's extremely expensive. So let's put it this way, not all the farmers use this kind of system anymore, and they tend to use the nets in nylon, these black nets that you see. Okay, let's go ahead. The products. There's lots of products you can do. The most famous, obviously, it's limoncello. Limoncello
Yes,
liqueur.
we're going to learn about that today too. Ah.
You want to learn about limoncello?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. But I'm going to tell you something, Arlene. Later on, I've got to eat. I've got to have something for dinner.
Oh.
Okay? So what I'll do, I'll share with you a very simple dish that my grandmother used to do. Okay, I'll tell you all the story about this dish. It's very simple, but for me, it's very important. I'm already in tears when I think of my grandma. Okay, and I'll share with you this secret, this recipe. Okay, so we won't have just limoncello, which we all like, but we also have something to eat, okay? Something to put in our stomach, even because I think even in Canada, in the States, it's almost, we're going close to lunchtime.
Yes, we are, yes.
Have you had a good breakfast, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good, good. Okay, I would say then, let's talk about limoncello. Let's talk about limoncello. Let's go ahead with the slides. Okay, lovely lemons. This is another picture of the lemons. Okay, we're almost done. Right, now I'm gonna need my cousin Claudio, my assistant Claudio, which is gonna help me out because I'm gonna be busy with my hands. So Claudio is gonna use the camera, okay? Claudio, shall we give a face to the name, Arlene?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, ciao Claudio.
Hello.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Grazie.
Okay,
Our
Claudio is my
cameraman.
cousin. He lives next door. And what we'll do, I just want to say something to Claudio. Claudio, you just use this just to make sure you see what we are doing. And just a few technical things. It's all obviously it's all last minute because we were supposed to do everything outside. So I apologize if things are not 100% technical. It's all very genuine here. So okay, Claudio, let's show people what do we need. Right, first of all, we need 1 second. Let's see what we need. Right, here we need a jar, an empty jar, which you can seal. Okay, this is one of the items you need. Okay, number 1. Number 2, well, number 1 really, I said it before, it's lemons. Look at these, wow, lovely, eh? Isn't it lovely, Arlene? Wow.
Very delicious.
Then we've got alcohol, 96 degrees. Now, I know that this is something I want to tell you. I know that in some countries, you're not allowed, and I know you're from all over the world, I know that in some countries, you're not allowed to this alcohol, okay? This alcohol, this is what we need for limoncello. As an alternative, because we have to give an alternative, haven't we, Arlene?
Yes.
I mean, we give an alternative. You can use vodka, pure vodka, plain vodka, but it won't be the same. I mean, at that point, if you have to use vodka, just buy online limoncello from Italy. That's what I suggest to you. Yeah, the real recipe needs this. Okay. Here in Italy, we can find it, it's quite cheap. We find it for 20 euros. I don't know in Canada or in the States, but this is the price we get here in Italy. Then I told you lemons, Claudio, you're here. Okay. Then you need sugar and water. Then I'll explain you why. Obviously, I did a few things before for a question of time, but I'm now going to explain you in details what to do, okay? So Follow me very careful. Now, first of all, you have to wash the lemons, but you have to wash them very, very delicately. In what way? I normally put them in a barrel with water, okay? And I let them stay there for about an hour, okay, in the water. Then I just rinse them under the fountain. And then I let them dry. And when I've got to do limoncello, listen to this. When I've got to do limoncello, I dry them, I let them dry on a cloth. I open a cloth, I put them there wet, and I don't put the cloth all around it. I don't do that. Why? Because the skin of the lemon has lots of tiny, tiny little, let's put it this way, I missed the word, but it's, we've got little packs of oils and perfumes and everything that you risk to damage if you want to do limoncello. Limoncello has to be extremely, extremely perfumed, okay? So once they're dry, Claudio, come and see, come here. Okay, once they dry, what do I do? Can you see here? Okay, a peeler. This is a peeler. You can either use this kind of peeler, okay, or this one here. One of the two that you use for potatoes or for carrots. The one you find more handy for you, okay? Let's see. Okay, and what do I do? Look at this very carefully. I'll do this. I get the peel, okay. You have to do it very, very slowly. If the small pieces, don't worry about it, okay? Very, very light. It has to, I'll show you then once we finish. It obviously takes you a few minutes. Can you see? Yes? Yeah, okay. Okay. It's a nice, Claudio was just saying, what a lovely smell. It's true, it's lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. So you see, we have to peel the lemon. We have to do it such in a way that the skin, it's a very light skin. Why this? I'll tell you in a second. Because the white with the alcohol comes very, very bitter.
Oh, so if you have too much white on it, it would become a bitter.
Yeah, I'll show you. I hope the camera gives you the idea. You see? It's very, very light. And there's no white. There's no, not Snow White of Disney. There's no white. There's no white. After, Arlene, remind me, after I want to tell you something about the white. Anyway, you see, this is the skin of the lemon. Then what do I do? Then for the quantities and everything, I'll leave it to Arlene. I gave the quantities and everything. What do I do with the, of course, I'm not going to peel all of them now, but I want to show you what I'm going to do with it. Once I get the peels, a good quantity of peels, I put them in the jug. This transparent is okay. I mean, it's not necessarily if you have it colored, it's okay. And then I put, let's say that for from 7 to 9 lemons, you put a good liter of this grain alcohol. 7 to 9, because then it always depends. Okay, Claudio, let's show what to do with the alcohol. Ooh, it's very, very strong, even the alcohol. Okay, I'm not going to put much of this alcohol now. Let's say for 1 lemon, I put 125 ml. Then Arlene, make sure you translate it into gallons. Will you do that for me? Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Grazie, 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 Arlene. So we get to a situation, Claudio, can we show? Okay, we get to this situation, okay? What do we do here? Here we've got to wait. We've got to wait. How long? Now, recipes of limoncello, you're going to find even on internet lots and lots of recipes of limoncello, which say 5 days, 7 days, 15 days. So it depends, okay? It's a personal taste. I'll tell you the way my grandma used to do it and the way I've learned it. I leave it, okay, for between 15 and 18 days to store. And every day, I go there and I shake it. Now, obviously, knowing that we had to do this webinar, I did, Arlene will remember because I told her 16 days now, 16 days ago, I already did part of it. I left it because I wanted to do step 1, step 2, step 3 with you. So this is step 1. Hang on a second, just 1 second. I'll close it because I won't waste it anyway. Absolutely, we won't waste it. And look at this. Oh, we open. Oh, don't look at all these snacks and things I love. Okay.
Does it have to be kept in the dark at all, Michael, or you can keep it on the shelf, or is there any way?
No, as you can, Claudio, please show this. Show. As you can see, this is closed. It's in the dark. I keep it in the dark. Okay. Now, obviously, now I shake it a bit. And it has to be sealed here. I'll show you. Look. You see, this is one of those. Can you see the kind of container?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. And remember to shake it every day at least once. Why this? Because in these 15, 16 days, the alcohol will get all the color and all the flavor and all the fragrance that there is in the zest of the lemon. Okay. That's the reason why the water is turned into yellow, as you can see. Okay, but it's not limoncello yet.
Oh.
You can't drink it. No.
I'd be close.
It's not lemon. No. This
no?
You can't drink it. Remember, you've got 95% alcohol. So don't you dare drinking this because it makes you sick. Okay, it's bad. Let's underline this for safety. What do I do with this? Considering a liter, okay, I have to diluish it with a syrup, which I do with sugar and white sugar. It has to be not brown sugar, white sugar. And I'll tell you why, because you have to do the syrup. Well, how do you do the syrup? You get 700 grams of sugar and 1.5 liters of water, and you put it in a pan. Hang on, don't, just 1 second because I've got a secret. I've got to keep it. Hang on, I've got to hide it. Okay, Claudio, come here. We can show. Okay. We can show. So what have I done? Hang on, just 1 second, 1 second. Claudio. Okay, non far vedere questo. Okay, what have I done before? You see this pan, I've put 700 grams of sugar and 1.5 liters of water. I've turned it, it's a syrup now, okay? Sciroppo. Extremely sweet, okay? Then I had to wait that it would cool down, okay? So it doesn't have to be warm when you do this. What do I do? I'll show you. Hang on. Claudio, please, come here. Okay. Right, what shall I do? Look. I get another jug, you see? This is transparent, we use it for the show, obviously. Then a filter. Okay. You see the filter here, Claudio, show. Closer, a bit closer, so that people see. Perfect. Go down. Okay. Veggio. Okay. Sorry if we speak Italian every now and again, but as I said, it's nothing, it's all genuine. Allora, what do I do now? I first of all get the lemon zest. Claudio? Okay, can you see? Yes? Okay, I get the lemon zest and I look what I do now. Claudio? Okay, poor Claudio has to be very patient with me. You see? Now, slowly, I filter and this alcohol with the flavor of lemon, it's going all down. Okay, I won't do everything. I won't do it all now because obviously we've got time. We have a timetable. Then what do? I get the syrup and I do exactly the same thing, but wait 1 second. Okay. I use my syrup. Put it here, you see, so that I can measure the Claudio. Okay. And okay, 1 second. What do? I mix them, but here I've got to be careful because I don't want to waste anything. A bit fell, but doesn't matter. This is when we do everything direct. Okay. I think, no, another bit of syrup. Let's say for 1.5 liters of syrup, you've got 1 liter of alcohol. Okay. This is, and 700 grams of sugar, white sugar. These are the 7 to 9 lemons. This is what you have to remember. I'm showing you the procedure. The quantities, you know, it's not easy to show. I'm not a professional chef. You're in my home, so it's everything extremely genuine. Now, you see, we can already say it's limoncello, and you can see it from the color. Although, let's put it this way: it's not ready to drink. How should you drink limoncello? So this was step 2. Let's go to step 3. You have to put limoncello in the freezer, not in the fridge, in the freezer. 1 second. Just 1 second. This is the one I did a month ago. There you are. You can put it once you put it. It's never the same color. This is another very important thing to tell you, because the lemons obviously are different. Sometimes you put a bit more syrup or a bit less. But it's going to go to this. When you put it in the freezer, it doesn't freeze because of the alcohol, the high percentage of alcohol. You see, we're around, I'm not very good in mathematics, but we're around 39% of alcohol. Let's say the more alcohol there is, the more the liqueur is good. Then it depends always from the personal taste.
Yes.
Then exactly. Then you serve it very cold. How do you drink it? This is something else which I want to say. Apologies, I don't want to offend anybody, but I want to say it because I've seen a lot of wrong ways of drinking limoncello. The one I ask you not to do because you wouldn't appreciate it is to put it in a shot and throw it down your throat. That's the worst thing you do with limoncello. It's not a tequila. Limoncello, you put it in a glass, okay? Just in a simple glass. I've got a proper one here, I'll show you. this one. Another advice, these kind of glasses, you can keep them in the freezer and you can get them out with the limoncello, so it's nice and cool. Don't put any ice cubes. Then you serve, let's say this would be the quantity for somebody, a generous quantity, let's say. Not gonna drink it now because otherwise I won't get to my special dish. Anyway, this is the quantity you get. And you normally have it after lunch or after dinner.
Yes.
And of course, it makes you happy. Now, for 1 second, let's close. Let's talk about something else, always concerning lemons. Question, Mike. What do I do with all these lemons here? That's a question. Now, you can either do a marmalade, okay, with lemons, which would be an idea if you know how to do marmalades. Or you can, if you want to keep it, this can stay like this for, let's say, 2 days, a couple of days, okay, in the fridge. I was thinking, okay, I'll show you in direct. What can you do when you want to preserve lemons? When you want them to remain for longer, you know, you want to avoid that they get rotten when they're like this. You can put them into a paper. This is the paper of the bread. You see the paper? Can you see? Yes. Okay. It's all in that. It's all direct. Eh? You can do this. Okay. And you put it in the fridge. In the fridge, down below where it's cooler. Okay, where you put the fruits and the vegetables. I personally, Arlene, I suggest to everybody to do the same thing with the lemons. When you buy a good number of lemons and you're not sure you're gonna use them all for limoncello, for example, if you find a good offer of a good quality of lemons, you tend to buy quite a few more than what you need. To avoid that they get rotten, do exactly the same thing. Even if they've got the peel, one by one, wrap them up. Why? Because you avoid that if there's one rotten, it contaminates all the others. And don't put them in the plastic bag, okay? Avoid plastic bags. Cotton bags, now you can find lots of cotton bags, especially because we're getting rid of plastic for the environment and everything, so you find quite, okay? So this is another friendly advice that I give you, and they'll last from 3 to 5 days longer than what they would in a plastic bag in the freezer, in the fridge, okay?
Is the Sorrento area and that's where limoncello actually originated from, is that correct? Through history?
Yeah. Well, yes. Then we've got other versions of limoncello. We've got up in the north, there's limoncino, they call it. Then we also have
Cinque Terre, no?
Cinque Terre too, you find it. Then we have also the varieties of Orangello, because the same story, you can do it with oranges and with tangerines, okay? The same quantities of lemons, you just substitute the lemon peel with the orange peel, and you do the same, and then you squeeze it. One more thing.
Quality. How can you tell a good quality of a lemon? How would you tell if it's a good quality?
How do you tell if it's a good quality? Good that you've asked me this question. A good quality, it's a quality of lemon. Let's see if the camera helps us. Let's see. Can you see the skin is not perfect? Can you see?
Yes.
This is the ideal quality for limoncello. Why? Because they don't put insect killers or chemicals on it. When you open, another way of obviously establishing the quality of the lemon, it's when you open it. When you open it, You see the seeds, you see?
Yes.
We've got seeds, it's a genuine. Unfortunately, you get lemons from other countries, I'm not going to specify which ones, which are not 100% genuine, or let me rephrase that. They might be genuine, but I personally don't think they're the ideal to do limoncello. One more thing, if you look very carefully, you see this white, this white is the typical white that we get for the lemon variety that is good for limoncello. When you see that a lemon has the juicy part, a good white layer, and then the yellow, you're talking about a genuine lemon limoncello.
Mike, Janice would like to know if they can find this kind of organic or lemon coming from Sorrento area in the States or in Canada. What do you think?
In some periods of the year, yes. In some periods of the year, probably in this period, but you have to go in a very specialized shop, in organic bio shops where normally they have these products coming from Italy, coming from Europe in general. You might, if just to say to our friends, Laura, something very important. If you go in these shops and you find a situation like this, wait, Claudio, I'm going to find it. Normally, when we send them abroad, to make sure that they arrive okay, they are like this. You see, a bit green, a bit yellow, the maturing. Now, I've cut away the branch, okay? But normally, when we send them abroad, we send them with the branch because the last life that there is on the branch, let's say, it gives a few more days to the lemon to mature, okay? So if you find in your shops in the States or in Canada a situation like this, where the lemon is a bit green and a bit yellow, don't worry about it, it's still good, okay? You try to get the yellow ones, obviously, because the yellow ones is better. But if you see the part, a part is still green, just avoid the green part for the limoncello, because obviously it's not matured 100%. But it's still, I wish you were here and you could smell. I'm sure, Arlene, one day or another, technologists will give us the possibility to give you the chance to smell these lovely perfumes, because it's lovely. One more thing I wanted to tell you. I haven't finished yet. I said, what do I do with the lemon? I can do a marmalade. I can do, what else can I do? I can do a juice. I can put it on my salad, on my cutlet, on my chicken. Lemon juice is extremely good. It's very, very good. On the salad is very nice. Claudia was suggesting, of course. I also drink the juice of the lemon with a bit of water. I normally have half of a squeezed lemon with some water, not just in the summer, even in the winter. The only thing I suggest is just be careful with your teeth. Why? Because obviously it's a slightly acid fruit. We all know this. So, but never waste them. Never waste the lemons. One more thing I wanted to tell you, Claudia, please. Let's give another news. You can also eat lemons. You can also have, you see this, the white part, which is quite thick. You see this white layer. I normally eat it because they say it's very good for your health. Very good for your health. It has a principle called lysine, which is very, very good for your health. Then the vitamin C, the citric acid that there is. One more thing, and then I'll pass to the next thing. It's not true that that lemon juice gives you, let me rephrase even that, not necessarily lemon juice gives you stomachache. Many people say, oh, but it makes me acid. Not necessarily. In what sense? In the sense that depends from what kind of problem you have with the stomach. So ask your doctor or give it a try. Let's put it this way. If you have lemon juice when your stomach is empty, probably it's better with a bit of water, obviously. Now,
sorry, Mike, I have two more questions.
Of course. I like to talk. You've seen, I like to talk.
One, you told us about you would like to speak about the white part of the...
It was this. This is the part I was saying. Is the white part is good if you like to eat it, and it's very, very genuine. But you shouldn't, when you do the limoncello, when you peel the lemons, you must avoid that the white part goes in the alcohol, because otherwise it doesn't, let's say, it doesn't give you 100% of all the quantities, of all the properties, and it's a bit bitter.
Too bitter, too much.
Not very nice. That's why, and be careful on what you find in the industry. Why? Because very, very often you find, I always say, colored alcohol with artificial flavor.
So bad.
Okay, any other question about?
Anna asked, is better to use a smooth or thicker rind?
Smooth or
thicker rind. I don't know if it was related to the limoncello or about limoncello. Okay.
Thicker. It's always very personal. You know, it's always very personal. I personally would use it thicker.
Thicker.
Personally.
Okay. And the last one, Heidi is talking about crema di limoncello. So they ask, what is the
crema di limoncello is another procedure.
Yes,
yeah, it's you need cream, you need milk. To do it. It's a completely different procedure.
We could have another webinar on that.
Yes, maybe.
We could next time we could organize something like this. You know, we could focus on crema di limoncello.
Good. So thank you very much. Thank you.
We haven't finished yet. Of course, we haven't finished yet.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about a dish, because it's time for dinner for me. It's time for lunch for you. Now I'll just introduce you the story of this dish, okay? Because it's very, very simple. It's a risotto, if we want to call it like this, a risotto with lemon zest. This dish is a dish that is dated back to my great-grandmother and my grandmother. They lived through the Second World War. In those days, unfortunately, even Sorrento was affected by a terrible period where you couldn't find food, you couldn't find anything. But Sunday lunch for us was very, very important. So occasionally, my great-grandmother would do a special risotto with lemon zest, okay, and with Parmigiano. It's a very simple recipe, and it's what I'm going to have this evening. I didn't have it for lunch. I wanted to have it this evening because I wanted to share the experience with you, and I wanted to show you. The first thing is, it's a very simple recipe. The quantities are always depend. Let's say that for 400, for 4 people, you do 400 grams, 3 cups, 2.5 cups of rice, white rice. I suggest white rice because the flavor of the white rice for risotto is is better. It's more plain, and it doesn't alterate the it doesn't alterate too much the flavor. Then what do? I normally put a tiny bit of salt. If you want to use the broth, you can. It's your personal choice. The rest in those days we wouldn't. They wouldn't. So I kept it the original recipe. So what do? You cook the rice, and I did it while we were talking. Just 1 second. Okay, Claudio su di me. Okay, I cooked the rice here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me show you. You see, it's almost ready. It's a bit dry now, but don't worry. We can eat them. Okay, we can easily put a bit of water. Obviously, I'm organizing all this, so let's do something else. 1 second. How do I prepare it? Then you can use always different jugs, different dishes. Can you see me? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I'll use this this dish to show you, okay, to mix everything. I'm gonna do a portion for two because obviously I've asked Claudio to hold the camera and everything, so I'll have to invite him for dinner. My father is coming later on with my mum, so I'll leave a part of the rice to him. What do? I get the rice. Claudio, please look at. Oh, it's burning. Sorry, but we do everything. Hang on. Let's do it this way. You see better. So I get the rice. Once it's cooked, leave it probably a bit more juicy than what I did because it's very hot. So I'm getting burned. God, ay ay ay. Doesn't matter.
Just boiled rice, Mike.
This is the boiled. Laura, help me. This is the boiled rice. Okay.
Which kind of rice they are asking?
Then it can be any white rice for risotto.
Yes.
Okay, any of the white rices that you normally use for risotto.
Yes. Carnaroli, arborio, no?
Arborio, granaroli, sì. Yes, that's fine, Laura, that's fine. Right, so you see, this is the rice. Claudio, please show the rice. Okay, what do I do with this rice? You can put a bit of salt if you want. Inquadra sempre il riso. You can put a bit of salt, you know, while you boil it. Or you can put the broth. Then how can you make it creamy? Because we have to do risotto. There is a secret. Now, in those days, Claudio, please, here. Okay. Can you see? Yes. In those days, obviously, we wouldn't have much. I'll tell you the story. No, lascialo così. Leave it like this, okay, Claudio? What would we do in those days? They were poor. My great-grandfather would go in Castellammare, a village near Sorrento, and he would go, when he would have the money, he would go and get a big piece of Parmigiano, okay, that he would use during the month, because, you know, Parmigiano, you can store it. He would take some Parmigiano every now and again. Sunday lunch, which was important for him, was the occasion to get this cheese. What would we do with the cheese, Arlene? What would we do? We would scrape it, okay, like this. With what? With this, okay. Claudio, controlla che Claudio, let's just check. They can see. Can you see? Yes. Okay. So after you would do this lovely Parmigiano, Claudio. Okay. Can you see? Yes. Okay. What do we do when the rice is still warm, Arlene? Are you following me, friends?
Of
Yes?
course, I'm getting hungry.
Okay, let's say that this is a portion for two, right? Okay. How many spoons do we put?
Lots.
1, 2,
Many.
3, 4, 5 spoons, 5 teaspoons, which doesn't seem that much, but it's good. It's a good portion. Meanwhile, what do we do then? Then we turn and we mix everything. It's going to come a cream, okay? We haven't finished yet, though. When, let's say we are after 1 minute or two that we do this. 1 second. What do we do with the lemon? Claudio? What do I do? Let's go this way. Hang on, wait. With the camera, probably it's better. Claudio, come this way. Okay, no, wait. Let me do a bit of space, eh? Sorry for this, but it's all, as I said. Hang on a second. What do I do? 1 second. Michael, it's coming. Michael, it's coming. What do I do with the lemon? Look very carefully what I do. I use a small part of the grater, and very carefully I start scratching my lemon. You see, even here, just make sure you get just the yellow part. When you see you get into the white, turn the angle of the lemon. Can you follow me? Yes?
Yes, definitely.
Is it clear for everybody? Okay, I'll do it. Give me a few more minutes because arrived at this point, I want to get it ready. 1 lemon is enough. Okay, Arlene?
Okay.
For 2 people. Then, of course, the more lemon zest you want to put, the better it is. Just be very careful you don't lose this, I call it the scratched lemon.
Every single part of Italy. That's why Italy is so diverse. I mean,
Look what I do.
Oh.
Yeah. I translated the way we call it. You see, I know there's proper words, but that's the genuine part. You see what I do? Now, I'm doing it with my fingers because my hands are clean, because obviously I'm cooking, and sometimes when you cook, you need your hand. What do I do with this? This is my treasure, because this is the key for the success of the risotto. The key of the success. Look what I do. Slowly. I do it a bit at a time. Okay, so it's all direct. You see, a bit here. Mamma mia! Wow. So now I'm hungry. Then what do I do? It's not finished yet, huh? I know. What's in here? Now, this is a bottle of extra virgin olive oil. Obviously, when we use olive oil, the bottle of olive oil, it's always a bit oily because there's always a bit of oil. Laura knows very well, I think even Arlene, because Arlene loves olive oil. What do I do, Laura?
Yes.
Look, I put, how much olive oil do I put? There's not really a quantity, but with them,
it's a feeling.
Exactly, it's always very personal. Let's say, put a big spoon of olive oil. I'll start with that. Can you see? Okay. And this.
So you are making a cream, really? A cream.
It's a sort of a cream, exactly. It's going to come like a cream. It's lovely. Forget it's not going to be, you're going to lose a bit the rice, but the taste is absolutely good. I don't start eating it because otherwise.
But you know, Mike, Alessandra and Claudia, they are preparing for.
Really?
They are preparing. the dish.
Wow.
So they will show us.
Mm,
Oh, good job, Ali.
very good.
Everyone's participating today. This is fantastic.
This is just delicious. I've just tried a tiny little bit. Hang on. Do you allow me, Arlene?
Absolutely.
A tiny bit more. Mamma mia, it's very good.
Yeah.
A tiny bit more of olive oil. To
My
make it
favorite
like,
dish.
yeah. Okay, and I would say I'm almost ready to have my dinner. Let's put it this way. Yeah? Okay, and then it's ready. You just put it in 2 dishes. You can put, if you want, as a decoration, you can put parsley. Okay, you can put a leaf of parsley if you want. I actually, you know what I did, Arlene? I've just realized now I left that plant of parsley in the garden where we were supposed to. Yeah. I've just
Everything
realized.
was so changed. I mean, we had everything planned. But
Doesn't matter. You just put some parsley.
Arlene, Joseph has a question. May you admit him to ask?
Of course, Joseph.
I must have made a mistake. I do apologize. Scusarmi a tutti quanti. C'ho abbastanza fame perché Michele mi sta facendo fare di fame a me. Grazie tanto, Michele, grazie.
Ti è piaciuta la ricetta di gelato, the recipe?
Sì, sì, e come no, a me mi piace tutto. Sono italiano perché è...
Perfect.
All
right.
Yes.
So, Lara, I think we can tell everyone, great job.
Yes.
Have you enjoyed it? I'd love to do another experience like this in the next, why not, you know?
Yes.
Perhaps next time we can see, you know, something else. Why not?
Yes, for sure.
But I always say, that's something I wanted to say, Arlene. We're getting ready, okay? From tomorrow, gradually, slowly, we're going to open all our monuments, everything. So we'll be very, very pleased to welcome all our friends. And then we all, as I always say to Arlene, all the people that join Ciao Tours become members of the family, don't they?
Yes, this is what we are doing since 23 years. So thank you very much, Mike. It was interesting and funny and yummy risotto.
That's what I want to do now. Sorry. So Claudio just went for a second. Claudio. So we're going to have dinner. Yes, risotto. Okay. So even Claudio, come and say goodbye to our friends. Come on. Thanks for. Here's the cameraman.
Ciao Claudio, grazie.
My cousin Claudio.
So we want to remember that we have planned another webinar in May on the 16th at the same time, so 7 p.m. Italian time, with Umberto, who will bring us in Cinque Terre and Carrara, famous for Michelangelo's favorite place for finding the best marble. So Umberto will delight us with another recipe that is really famous, il pesto alla genovese. So we invite you to participate and to follow us through our website and Facebook page, and for sure even YouTube, where you can find a record of this webinar with Mike. So thank you again.
Thanks to you. Thanks for everybody to following me and to come and make a visit to my house. Obviously, this is a digital visit, a virtual visit. Last thing, Laura, sorry, Arlene, Laura, sorry. Obviously, as a person coming from the Bay of Naples, I'm a great lover of coffee. I don't know if you've noticed, let me show, I'm proud of my collection of coffee machines. So let me show our friends all the collection of our cafe, macchinette da caffè, espresso napoletano. You see, they're all up there and up there, you see. We've got even the one right up on the top, those ones there are what we call the napoletana or francese, which you put upside down. It's you don't find them anymore. This is my great collection. If you want it, you can buy it for 3 million euros, okay? Euros, not dollars.
Look, Anna of Ciao Tours, she has one.
Does she too? Wow, really? Good. Anna, very good. Show me, Anna, show me. I can see you. Ah, good. That's good. It's a very good coffee, isn't it, Anna?
Yeah.
Italy 1, 2. I have a. Dammi quella dell'Italia. 1 second, 1 second. 1 more minute of your time, please. 1 more minute.
Even Rosa, she has.
Oh, sorry.
We lost you.
Oh, hold on here. You have to unmute.
Yeah. So even Rosa, she has a coffee maker from Naples.
It's something. It's nice.
So
Coffee in Naples is special. Yeah, good, Anna. Very good. So even you have a great collection. Yeah, very, very good. Exactly. Anna's showing us. I don't know if you can see Anna. She's put, yeah, even the thing to smash and do the coffee powder. Lovely, lovely. Another great lover. Okay, Anna, come to Sorrento. I want everybody coming to Sorrento. Make sure when you come to Italy that you come even in Sorrento. I mean it. Arlene, you make sure.
I will make sure.
Otherwise, I'll get upset.
Thank you, Michael, for making this change, and thank you so much for.
No, thanks to you, and I apologize.
Thank you for bringing.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
Thank
That
you.
was wonderful.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for everybody.
Thank
for
you.
everybody for following me.
Bye.
You take care. Big hugs to everybody.
Look forward to meeting you in Sorrento, Michael.